Hey, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Bartlett Cutter Racing and Red Lion Specialist Cars. Mr. Frank Smith, here we are again. Another week, another interview. I'm very blessed, sir.
How are you? Good to see you, mate. It's a bit cold in here, isn't it? We're a very different location. Interesting place, though, Magna. I've never been here before.
We've gone from the Hilton to a warehouse in Sheffield, so we're not doing bad, are we?
Lovely Sheffield. Lovely warehouse. Lovely warehouse.
Well, listen, let's talk about this week first. What a good card for a lot of prospects, and of course a world title fight that has done the round a little bit and finally ended up in Sheffield.
I'm just glad we're here, to be honest. We've had a bit of a nightmare getting here. This is full-time lucky, and I'm glad it's happening, for the fighters as well, because it's would have been quite easy to say, right, we're not having the best luck. Let's sit back, plan something longer term and leave this. But, we wanted to make sure the show went ahead. Fighters have trained hard and we wanted to ensure it happened. Like you say, you got a great main event with Rhiannon and Dixon and Terri Harper for the world title. An important fight in the division as well, because it sets up some big opportunities for the winner off the back of it. Peter McGrail's back out as well, a fighter we're very excited about. Coming back off, coming off that loss against Rico Quinn, he had the win recently, and now he's back out in a tough fight against Foster. Great undercard of talent. Galal Yafai, obviously Olympic gold medalist. He fights Sonny Edwards November 30th. A little run out here on a Saturday night as well. George Liddard, Jimmy Sains, Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, Josh Babb. Literally so much talent on the card. So excited for what's ahead. But like I say, just happy we got here, because it was a bit of a bloody nightmare, if I'm honest.
A couple of them are stuck on the train, so it's just the last stick in the knife, isn't it? George Liddard, you mentioned George, great lad, doing really well in his career, and he's starting to really come into his own, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Look, and he's a great character as well. He's had some good wins. He's looking impressive, and now we've got to step him up through the ranks. He's going to start moving quickly, and it's what we need to do. But I believe he's got a massive future ahead of him.
And obviously the main event, Rhiannon versus Terri. Rhiannon almost like the new kid on the block, even though she's a world champion. And Terri, she's been there, she's done it, she's fought some of the best names in boxing. This is actually going to be an absolute banger of a fight.
Yeah, great fight. Look, Rhiannon, early stages of her career, she took a chance, went and won the world title. Terri Harper, experience, been in there with the big names, like you say, and a great fight for both of them. And it's going to be, both of them believe they can stop each other, and it's going to be, we're in for an exciting one there. And like I say, it sets up big fights, a big fight with the likes of Caroline Dubois possible for the winner as well. It'd be a massive fight. So yeah, excited about that one. And like I say, finally happy we're here and we're going to see it.
And you mentioned Galal Yafai just having a little run out before the big fight against Sonny Edwards. He's got to be careful because he's got a cheeky opponent.
Yeah, I know. He's look, he wanted to get out. He boxed in April, obviously, and he wanted. It's a massive fight, the Sonny Edwards fight. Sonny obviously had his fight end of June, I think it was, and Galal wanted to ensure he got a fight before that. So he wants to make sure that he's ready, and we want him to go into that fight against Sonny Edwards and be the best possible Galal Yafai. And if this is what it takes for him to do that, then it was important we delivered it for him.
I love the fact that this card is still on. Like you mentioned, it would have been very easy for a promoter that's probably going to lose money on this fight because it's, this card, because it's gone around the houses a little bit. So from the boxing public to you guys, thank you, because these guys need a platform, and it's great. Some of the best boxing happens on shows like this.
Yeah, look, 100%. I'm not going to stand here and say it's the card it was. It's not the card it was. It's not the card it was at the start, then the card it was in the middle, then the card, it's changed multiple times. So it's not the same. But the key for us was making sure that the fighters got activity and got the opportunity, because they train very hard and they deserve that. They deserve it. So I'm just glad we could get it done. I'd like to say a big thanks to DAZN as well, because without a broadcast partner that supports you and gets behind you, in moments like this, it would be a very, very difficult bit. Look, it's a difficult business as it is, but to have a broadcast partner in DAZN who actually get behind and make sure that we can keep active, that's important. And they're obviously a major part in why this is happening.
Listen, let's talk a little bit like last week, the massive occasion over in Wembley. We sat and had a little chat with you last week, and it didn't quite go the way you wanted, but what an absolute spectacle of an event. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
No, look, it wasn't the result we wanted, as you say, but that's boxing. That's boxing. It was a great night for the sport of boxing. It was a great night for British boxing and global boxing, to see an event of that magnitude, of that scale. You only have to tune in and watch it and go, look, boxing is booming. So no, not the result we wanted for Anthony Joshua, but we come back. He's built back before. He's been he's had these moments before. But yeah, a great night and a great spectacle for the sport.
One of the things I like about Anthony Joshua is there's no bones about him. He just says, "Listen, want my night, but I'll come back and I'll try again." Just shows what a top sort of sportsman he is and person.
100%. Look, that's the biggest thing for me. He's a good guy. There's not always, you don't always work with good people. He's the reality. Anthony Joshua is a good guy that you want the best for. And that's why we've been on this journey with him. A small part of it, but we've been on this journey with him the whole way along, and you just want the best for him. So, he doesn't make excuses. He never will make excuses. It wasn't his night. Daniel Dubois, and you can't take anything away from Daniel Dubois, because a lot of people start talking about AJ. Daniel Dubois had a great night and a great performance. He did everything he needed to do. So fair play to him.
Now listen, we're going to touch on it briefly. Fun and games you had yesterday. Certain member of your Riyadh season, Mr. Eubank, saying a few things he shouldn't have done. He's come out and sort of took them back from Frank, apart from you, and you're his brother-in-law in effect. So, I know you can't tell us too much, but just give us your perspective on when that happened and what's going on.
No, look, I was surprised as anyone. It's probably not the forum. Maybe for him it might be the forum to talk about things like that. I've been with Emily, his sister, for 9 years, so this really isn't the forum that I choose to have any conversations like that. It is what it is. I don't pay much attention to it. I'm comfortable with him myself, and as a person, so I don't read into it too much. He had his view. He's more than welcome to have an opinion. You don't have to agree with it. I don't necessarily agree with it, and we move on.
Do you think that was preempted before he came on, or do you think it was just a typical Chris Eubank, I don't care, I'm going to say it?
It's the people around him as well. But he said it, but there's a lot of people around him, management, promotional team, who want to create a scene, want to create a stir, and it's all part and parcel of it. Yeah.
Notice he was very complimentary about the person who's paying him this fight.
Not necessarily even about his own promoter. I think he even thought he could be a scumbag as well. But who knows?
I didn't say that, you did.
I said he even thought he could be a scumbag. I didn't even say it, as if I'd say that.
No, you wouldn't. You all get on, I know you do. Listen, I can't wait for this. I really love these shows. It used to be called Next Gen. This is a bit of a mixture of Next Gen and current, and I think it's a great mix. I think we're going to actually have a really good show, and I'm really looking forward to it. What's the fight of the night for you?
The main event. I think the main event's going to be a brawl. I think it means so much to the two of them. It's a big fight, in both of their careers. Like I say, Terri Harper's been in there with everyone. She's experienced. She knows what she needs to do. But Rhiannon and Dixon's looking great. So I think we're in for a great fight there.
Mr. Frank Smith, very nice to speak to you. Twice in 2 weeks. I'm very blessed. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. See you.